Hey there, Pokket here with MMORPG, bringing you the next guide to Nightmare Eternity Vault.
Gharj is the second boss in Nightmare Eternity Vault. In this fight we used 2 Sage healers, a Sage DPS, a Sentinel DPS, and a Scoundrel DPS. Our main tank was a Shadow, and though you don't need an off tank, we did have an off tank that was a Shadow in DPS gear. In the beginning of the fight, your group will run out and the tank will need to grab Gharj and take him to one side of the platform. The rest of the range need to stand on the other side, and the melee need to stand at his back. He does have a frontal AE cone that will do damage to anybody standing in front of him. Next you'll see that it says, Gharj is entering a frenzy, and he'll jump into the air. Before he lands, melee needs to get out of the way. In fact, they should get out of the way as soon as they see that go on the screen. When he lands, the platform will start to shake, and stepping stones will spawn to a new platform that your group is going to have to run to. This shouldn't be too hard. In fact, it's really easy, unless the platform and the stepping stones spawn next to where Gharj is. Gharj will keep jumping up and down and throwing a fit, and you'll have to run through him, and you will take some damage. However, as long as you don't dilly-dally, you should have no problem getting to the new platform. And did I mention that lava stings, so you might not want to sit in it for too long. Now once you get onto the new platform, immediately have the setup. Range go on one side, tank grabs the boss and pulls him to the other. Now is also a good time to heal people up as fast as possible. Basically our sages would lay down the AoE heals and then heal everybody up before Gharj fully came over and was ready to be attacked again. So now you notice that Gharj is preparing to pounce. What this means is he's going to jump up in the air and land again, doing a lot of damage to the melee or anybody nearby. The tanks can usually withstand this with little to no trouble. However, the melee should get out because it can tend to do quite a bit of damage and put stress on the healers that isn't really necessary. Shortly after the pounce, he usually does this thing where he knocks your group back. And this isn't really an issue, except for if you just took damage from a pounce, now you're standing in the middle of lava and you're at half health. Now all you need to do is get out of the lava as soon as possible. You can try to stack in about the middle of the platform and you shouldn't be knocked off the platform. In fact, our melee usually isn't knocked off. They're still on the platform if they position themselves correctly. Our range is usually knocked off, but they don't take any damage, so it's not really an issue. As a healer, I do like to sometimes throw out some damage spells to sort of get a little bit of the momentum going with the DPS. However, if you're finding that you're having issues with healing, then you really shouldn't do this. It's not really necessary, especially if the DPS to down the boss before he enrages. At about 50% when he goes into his frenzy and you have to move to another platform, he will spawn adds. Now one thing you can do is AoE stun the adds on the platform, and when it falls, the adds will die. Another thing you can do is make your way to the next platform and just DPS them down as fast as possible, but they do need to die. You dance around the platforms a little bit more and eventually he will go down.
That's it for this guide. Tune in next week for another video, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Head on over to MMORPGcom where you can find more guides, gameplay videos, and reviews.